Okay, it is working. Okay, just a
Yeah, I
sec.
see it.
Yeah.
And I gotta mute it before I forget.
Yeah, yeah, and of course I killed my splash screen now. All right, cool. All right, hey everybody, how you doing today? Welcome back to Nicky T Live. My name's Nick Taylor, your host, and today I'm hanging out with Colby Fayock. I hope I said that right.
It was
Um,
perfect.
cool, Colby, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Feeling pretty good. A little tired, but nothing bad. Just I worked out this morning, so I think that's part of the reason why I'm a little out of gas.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I feel you.
yeah. So I have a feeling a lot of people probably know who you are, but for folks that might not know who you are, do you mind just kind of giving who you are, what you're up to, where you're working at these days, and then we can kind of jump into some Cloudinary stuff.
Yeah, sure. So Colby Fayock, I'm a developer experience engineer over at Cloudinary. So I do a ton of different stuff, both Cloudinary and stuff on my own time, between content creation, building out demos, examples, tooling. So with Cloudinary, I've been working on a project called Next Cloudinary, which brings Cloudinary kind of first class support to Next.js.
Okay.
And a lot of different. I thrive in the code, so that's where I spend most of the time.
Yeah, no, that's cool. We've been mutuals on Twitter for I think a while, at least a year or two. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've definitely caught a bunch of your streams. The one that for some reason it sticks out in my mind was you were building a game with somebody. I think it was like, I mean, there's still the pandemic, but like I think it was like a year and a half ago, and you were building it. I think using CSS only, and it was like zeros and ones, and I forget what the game was, but
Oh, I think I remember
it
that. I forget the game, yeah, but I remember doing that. Yeah, I had that stream on Twitch for a little bit. I ended up stopping doing it like right around when I had a kid, and I just never picked it back up. But it was fun.
okay, okay.
It was like a code challenge kind of thing, and it was interesting to see people come in and build stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm kind of like you. I kind of like just digging into something and just having fun and see what you can do with it. I think, I think that's one of the reasons why I love web development so much. Is like, I mean, you can see this in other types of software development, but I just remember the first time making a website, like in the 90s, and I just remember using Notepad.exe in Windows, and I just typed in some HTML, a bit of CSS and JavaScript, and then at the time it was FTP it, but the fact that I literally wrote something and then like a minute later it was like on the web for everybody to see. I don't know. I still find that kind of satisfaction from the work we do really cool still, and
Totally.
there some other things you don't see that right away. Like I used to work at Autodesk, and um, I was working on project management software, but it was for like gaming and movies and stuff. And like the life cycle of a game can be years, and like I mean, obviously internally you see bits of it, but it's a long haul versus like
I'm
web dev
sure.
stuff. It's always you get those MVPs out and just can keep incrementally improving on things. So yeah, it's just super cool.
Yeah, and it still blows my mind that like those kind of games are built with code. Like I just can't
Yeah.
I can't picture it in my mind. And I'm sure game devs laugh at it and probably think the same about web development, right? But it's crazy.
Yeah, it's totally because I have a few friends that work in the industry, and it's like we're building whole sites here. One of my friends, like all he was doing was modeling, and that's just like the person moving around and stuff. Somebody else is
Mm,
literally working on hair or like ocean or waves or just something so
wow.
specific.
Yeah.
And then like yeah, but I'm still mesmerized when I see these things because it's like I know it's still programming, but and like to your point, like you said, maybe when they look at web development, it's kind of the same feeling, but
Right.
it's just super cool to see something ship. That's all, I guess.
Yeah. But like the whole like feedback loop with web dev is just so amazing. And thinking back to like some of your examples of when you were younger, like I remember in middle school, like it was some really basic class, and like they were showing us about websites, and like my buddy brought out this like HTML book his brother gave him. Mind you, this is in like, what is it, late 90s, I'd say, or maybe mid
Okay.
90s. And like he brought out this book, and I remember like trying to add all these little text or HTML elements, trying to figure out what it is, and like we were just marveled at how it came up on the screen. It's just such an amazing thing.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And side note, but Chrissy in the chat says she loves your T-shirt, so
Oh,
giving your
thank you,
T-shirt some love.
thank you.
Um, cool. So we're gonna be building out something fun with Cloudinary. So this is where you work. So you're currently the director of DX engineering there. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your, I guess, kind of what's your day to day like? Are you always just deep in the code building out things? I know you're going to. We were saying this before the stream. It's like I've only really interacted with you on Twitter. Then we're streaming today. I'm seeing you at Render next week, and then we're at Front End Test Fest together. So it's just kind of funny. I'm getting a good overload of you
Oh
in
yeah.
three big shots. So
And I'm glad you prefaced that with good overload, because it could be a certain kind of overload. But no, um, yeah, my day to day, it could be a variety of things, because I do a lot of content creation. I do a lot of like just building out examples. I work on tooling, so I try to think about and prioritize what's going to make the most sense in terms of like what's going to drive the most impact. And honestly, sometimes
yeah.
just what am I inspired to do? Because I just have a hard time, like if I'm not like able to feel the need to dive in. So I try to look for those things, that what's going to pop out at me, and I can become productive in it right away. But
Okay.
all the different examples, making sure people have an easy way to spin up as fast as they can with Cloudinary and just make their lives easier.
Oh, cool. And for folks that might not be aware of Cloudinary, could you just kind of give the TLDR of what it is?
Yeah. So Cloudinary is an image and video platform for developers, where we have a lot of APIs to work with it programmatically. So what does that mean? So you have your image or your video with a few simple URL parameters. We can automatically optimize that, both from delivering a modern format, as well as actually compressing it to a point where we're going to be able to see that it's not visually different. So making sure we're optimizing as much as we can. But that
Okay.
also then starts to bleed into things we call transformations, where we can do dynamic cropping and resizing. So say you have a ton of different images, they're all different aspect ratios, but maybe you have an e-commerce store, you want them to all be in a nice square grid, right? Just a
Yeah.
few URL parameters, you can just have them all the same shape and size. You can even have them automatically anchor to like a specific spot. So say it's a bunch
Okay. Yeah.
of models, like using our gravity of auto, it'll automatically detect where that person is, so that
Oh,
crop
cool.
doesn't have some like weird, cut their head off or something, because it's too far up in the file, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of cool options, just making it easier to work with images and video.
No, that's super cool. And I I haven't used Cloudinary a ton. I currently use it for my social images for my blog posts.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think I
good case.
read I think I read it because what I do is I, I think there might be a plugin on Netlify that Jason Langsdorf made when he was working there, but I'm basically just hacking the URL right now. So I just
Mm,
add the text for my particular blog post when I generate my pages. But that's one thing that I like about it, at least in the minimal amount I've used Cloudinary, is like I know there's an SDK, but I think
mhm.
it's super powerful that the query parameters of the URL are the API as well.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
because like it doesn't matter what language you're serving these images in, it's just a URL, so you can just build it that way. Obviously there is the SDK for, I'm assuming, more complex things potentially,
Totally,
but
totally. And like
yeah.
generally I recommend the SDK only simply because then you don't have to deal with like trying to create that URL and making sure. But
Yeah.
for all intents and purposes, you're absolutely right. You could just use the URL. But especially as things get more complicated or advanced, like adding overlays to create blog post images and stuff, the
Yeah.
SDKs are certainly probably your best bet for making that work.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And I'll give a little shout out to my employer since I work at Netlify. There's also a cool integration that I believe I got the URL here. I dropped it in the chat, but This is something I actually should set up for my own site because I don't know why I haven't done it yet. But this is
Yeah.
it's a build plugin. I don't know if you want to speak to it a bit.
Yeah, sure. And I can't remember if I inherited it from Jason or if I made it myself. Honestly, I just can't remember. But so I did work on this for a while where the idea is that um, ultimately, I don't know, things might have changed a little bit recently with like all the dynamic bits, but ultimately the
Yeah.
Netlify builds have the source of the HTML, right? Like that's the build output. And we want to be able to give a way to just easily like seriously, like using quotes, just make it work, right? So the idea
Yeah. Yeah.
is what the plugin does is it goes through, it parses the HTML output, it'll go through, find all the different images, and it'll replace it with the Cloudinary URL. So it does that in two different ways, where the default way it's using what we call the fetch API, where it just plugs in the public URL for that image into the
Okay.
Cloudinary URL so that it'll just deliver it as a remote file. It'll download it into Cloudinary server and serve it cached so that you don't have to think about it. But also, if you prefer to have it uploaded to your account, there's also the option to set it up to upload. So what it'll do is it'll go through upload them.
Okay.
But of course, that'll just make the build take a little longer when you're uploading new images and stuff. But either
Yeah.
way, once you have that being delivered from Cloudinary, it's automatically optimized. Like we handle that completely for you. And I eventually want to try to add more options like transformations and stuff. But right now, the
Okay.
optimization is really the biggest piece of it.
Okay. Cool. 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 Oh, just got a few people in the chat here. Hey, Scott. Yeah. No, that's
What's up,
super cool.
everybody?
And yeah, people are trickling in. Will Johnson's in there, and a few other folks.
I didn't see Will.
Uh,
What's up, Will?
yeah, and I dropped your website as well. Oh, hey, Aaron. Wow, everybody's trickling in. Um, I love your website, just the playfulness of it,
Thank
and
you.
I'm kind of curious where the space jelly originated from.
Yeah, so I always thought of the idea that I wanted to have some kind of character. I don't know, like it's absolutely not necessary, but I always thought it was fun and something that I
Hmm.
wanted to do. So I went to my buddy who was a fantastic illustrator, and I just said, you know what, jellyfish are cool. Everybody kind of has like an animal as a mascot, right? So jellyfish are
Yeah,
cool, and I love space. So what about some kind of space jellyfish? And he came up with this, and I was blown away.
that's
I
awesome.
love it, and you know, I named him
Yeah.
Cosmo.
Oh, okay.
It's
I didn't know you had a
he's
name.
been my little
Okay.
buddy.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, it's really good branding because anytime I see that, it doesn't matter what it is. I go, that's
Yeah.
something Colby did, you know. So cool, 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 awesome. So yeah, so I guess let's just we're gonna build something out with Cloudinary, and I think you were talking before the stream. There's a template we can clone maybe to just kind of get up and running.
Yeah, so I have a few templates that I've just built here and there for all the different tutorials and stuff. So I kind of sent you two of them. We can start with like the gallery one, where right now it's just an Next.js application using the pages directory that dumps a few unsplash images on the page, and figure
Okay.
that might be a good way to kind of jump in
Oh,
and get started. Or
it's
we could start from
this.
that. It doesn't really matter too much.
No, no, it's all good. It's the second one. This one, right? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. I'll
Um,
just drop this in the chat if folks want to check those out.
cool.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah.
All right, so I'll go ahead and clone this, and let's just get VS Code open. All right. Okay. Cool. So I'm just just gonna clone the repo, and then let's what's it called? Demo gallery.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And awesome. I'll just zoom this in a bit. And I guess first things first, I guess npm install.
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, I have a yarn lock, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Well, we can do
Yeah.
yarn. I got them all. I'm lazy. I've got an alias for yarn. It's just why.
Oh,
it's
nice, nice. So you have to ask
I,
yourself why every time you use it. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
been
it's
slowly trying to like try out other things because I can't justify why I use yarn anymore. Like once upon a time, like it's because npm wasn't doing great, but now like it's just habit. So like I've been trying pnpm and just
yeah.
plain old npm, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, same here. I mean, I use npm a lot, but I've been using pnpm on some projects because we added better support for it at Netlify recently. So it just
Nice.
more projects are trickling in, and it is in my like non-metric point of view, it seems to be faster than Yarn and
Yeah.
npm. Um, but I know like npm improved after like Yarn came out because like so hopefully they riff off each other.
Right, right, right.
But
The one
yeah.
thing I like
Okay.
about PNPM specifically, though, is their work, the way that workspaces work. And I've never
Mm-hmm.
tried Yarn 2, I think it is, but like the way Yarn 1 worked, like I always did something wrong. Everything always messed up. But PNPM like has made it so much easier and more
Yeah.
straightforward to work with.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. No, for sure. Okay. So I guess what should we do first here? Should I just run the demo or
Yeah,
configure
yeah,
something? Okay.
yeah. So let's just start up the demo just to kind of see what we're working with.
Yeah.
And
All
at this
right.
point, like
So next step.
there's literally no dependencies. Well, I mean, there's the typical dependencies, but nothing
Yeah.
Cloudinary related.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna run dev here. Of course, it opened up in my other browser window. Just give me one
Of
sec
course.
here. Yeah. All right. Oh, don't need that. Okay. So we've got
So
the categories. I'm assuming no images because they are showing
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
So they're intentionally like those huge full size images from Unsplash. So like
Oh,
currently
okay, okay.
they're trickling loading in through the Next.js image renderer thing. So that's why
Okay.
it's taking so long to load. But ultimately, like the images are from Unsplash. They're just simple images in there just to kind of demonstrate the fact that they are images. Um, what we'll want to do is we ultimately want to serve these from Cloudinary, right? So we can
Yeah.
pick out maybe we can pick out a row, and if you want to download, right click and download a row of these, and we can kind of see what it looks like over
Yeah.
on Cloudinary.
Save image. Downloads. Let me just create a new folder. Oh, we got a jellyfish. That's good. That's a good
Of
omen.
course, we have a jellyfish.
Yeah. They definitely are big files because my computer's pretty fast, and these are like each one I go to save, I get the beach
Oh.
ball for a second.
Yeah, the Unsplash images come out a pretty big size, and it's good if that's
Yeah.
what you need, but they can also be, and like part of the goal of why I use the raw images is to kind of show the demo of why the features are compelling, right? So we can see that in a little bit as well.
Yeah. No, no, for sure. Okay, so I guess I should head over to Cloudinary and just log in.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And one thing just to kind of be conscious of is like the API keys. Maybe after you can reset them or something, but
Yeah.
you have the option to. But so
Oh,
the
I didn't realize they're right in the demo, the first page. Yeah, I'll reset them after.
Yeah, cool, cool. So yeah, the first thing we want to do is actually get the images up to the page. Like if you wanted to talk through the console, we could. But so like ultimately, you're dropped into the page, and this is a little bit of a quick start to try to get you immediately, that quote
Okay.
time to magic to try to see. But if we head over to the media library, and
Yeah.
if you want to just kind of dump the images in there.
Yeah. I don't have anything shady here. There's a couple.
I love how you're
That's
testing that though. It's like you say you don't have any shady, but you're scrolling down looking for something shady.
yeah, yeah. Well, these are some pictures I used on my blog. This is, believe it or not, this is actually me. This is me in university. But
Wow.
anyways, scary with a shaved head. There's my dead panda I found at a dumpster. Don't know why that
Wow.
was there, but
Wow.
all right, cool. So, and then I
Yeah.
think these are just the stock ones that come with Cloudinary.
Yeah, there's a couple stock in there that they
Okay.
include just to make it easy. I mean, honestly, we probably could have used those, but now that we already downloaded the jellyfish, we might as well roll with the jellyfish, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah, no, no, for sure. And like you said, it's a good way to showcase that. Uh, you know what? Maybe it wasn't the images. I'm getting the beach ball. I'm gonna just close a couple things just in case. That's one thing for folks that don't stream. Uh, you do have limited resources to some degree at some point, and it's something I remember when I have a MacBook Pro M1 now, but when I was working at Dev 2, I got the souped up Intel one, and I remember doing a stream with, I think it was with Gant Laborde, and my computer came to a grinding halt. Like you could slowly see like basically the voices of everybody started getting choppy and stuff, and then my computer just rebooted. So, but with the M1, I don't know if you're on the M1 or M2, but it's like smooth as butter. I just closed. I had Slack open, so I just closed that. But okay, cool. So let's go to the Cloudinary folder, and I can select them all at the same time. That's good. That's
Yeah.
nice. All right. So these are all gonna upload, and yeah, to what your point about, these are very large images, so this will be a great way to showcase stuff that Cloudinary can do. Okay.
Yeah. So it'd probably be easiest if you go to the folders tab in the top, because then it'll pop up at the top. Otherwise, I think
Okay.
we'll need to track them down a little bit. Just the tab up next to the word media library at the very, very, very top.
Okay. Yeah.
The
Asset.
yeah,
Oh,
if
folder.
you
Yeah.
click folders,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So it should show like in the first two. There it goes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
ultimately what we want to do is be able to take these and use them inside of the application, right? So we'll want to start copying over the public IDs into, so if you click into the dog, for instance, if you like
Yeah.
double click,
Yeah.
at the top of the page, you should see that long ID. And the reason why it's so long right there is because the file name from Unsplash was so long. But if we copy
Okay.
that value, which might be easier at the very top, like
Oh,
the
okay.
typical,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So that's going to be your public ID. And if we go back into the application now,
Yeah.
there should be a folder called data where or I think it might be just images.json or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, do you?
Animals. Yeah.
Okay,
It's in the
yeah.
animals. Okay.
And honestly, we could
Gotcha.
probably in the code like kill the other rows just so that it's easier to see. But what
Okay.
we can start doing is replacing the image property in each of these
Yeah.
with that public ID.
Okay. So just this whole thing here.
Yep, because what we'll be doing, um,
But I need to have
so that
a
doesn't
base
look.
Cloudinary URL, I imagine.
No, so the image component. So I guess we didn't really get to that yet. So that's probably good to talk about. Um, So when we're using the component, like we'll ultimately be passing in the public ID, which is that ID that you copied.
Okay.
Alternatively, you could pass in a full Cloudinary URL, but it must have a version number. And the reason it must have a version number is because it's just very tricky to parse the URL without that. So I just don't currently support it. And most of the time, if
Okay.
you're sourcing from a headless CMS or something, it'll include that version number, so you don't have to think about it. Um,
Yeah. Okay.
but for now, yeah,
But
we can just use the public ID.
okay. So I don't even need anything. I don't need, because obviously it's not on GitHub. Like just this is
Yep.
good enough. You mean?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
So
Okay.
we'll want to just do that for each of the images to start.
Okay. All right. Just give me a sec here. Hello, Mister. That's a cute monkey. I'm assuming it's a monkey. I hope it's a monkey. Yeah.
A very distinguished monkey.
Yeah. Very. It looks very wise. Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's get our elephant. Yeah, and I looked at it briefly. The image component you're talking about, it's the CLD image component for
Yep.
Next.js. Is that it? Okay.
Yep. I never know which order to walk through, like if we should update the images first or that, because obviously they'll be broken until we install the
Yeah, yeah.
component, but we'll see that in a second.
Okay, and jellyfish. Okay, cool. I also dropped a link to the Next.js Cloudinary, which is I believe that's the page for it. Yeah. Okay,
Oh, so
cool.
that's here. I'll also post like the actual. So that's like a guide that we have for like the different options. Oh, it looks
Okay.
like, why is my account not verified? But I can. That's weird. Um,
Oh, maybe your phone's not.
that's weird.
Oh, maybe that's a setting I put. I think. No, it's
I
okay.
just don't know why my account's not verified. That's weird. I'll do that
Okay.
later. Anyways, okay. So if we go back to that index page, we could probably get rid of the other rows just so that we don't have to worry
Okay.
about
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
other images.
Yeah.
But then we can start to install Next Cloudinary.
Okay. So here's the image gallery. So section, animal. Okay, so we just want the animals. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's just close that and get rid of the other one here. Okay, cool. So we just have the animals now. So if we come back here,
Yeah,
okay,
and I
yeah.
just
So it's
verified
it's
myself, so I sent the link.
okay, cool. And so the Next.js site is complaining now, but that's because it can't parse the image, which is expected, I'm assuming.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a valid URL, of course, so of course it's not going to be able
Yeah,
to see it, but it's a valid Cloudinary public ID, so that's what we'll use it. So let's actually figure out how to make that work, right? So let's head over to Next Cloudinary, and if you don't mind, if you want to open up the link I sent in Twitch, if it's
yeah,
easy enough,
yeah. No
'cause
problem.
it's the actual docs page, as opposed to just
Okay,
the guide that shows the options.
okay,
Perfect. Yeah. So this is the documentation page, which kind of goes through what Cloudinary is and all the different options. You can see there's a couple different components in the side. We have the CLD image, we have an open graph image tag, and a
okay,
few options for uploading and even a video player. But I think for now, we'll just kind of focus on the image component. So the
okay,
first thing we need to do is install Cloudinary. So
okay.
in our terminal, we can just yarn add or npm install next hyphen Cloudinary.
Next, I almost typed hyphen. Uh, yeah, cool. All right. I can't remember. Do you need to stop the next server, or is it able to reload with the new
Oh, I
pad?
didn't even realize you did a separate terminal window. That's a good question. I don't know. Might as well
Okay.
just
Yeah, I'll
restart it
just
just in
reset
case.
it.
Well, you can wait. No, it doesn't matter. We have to add an environment variable anyways.
Okay. So that's, I'm assuming, my API key.
Yeah. So it's just
Okay.
your cloud name to start actually. So
Okay.
like in the root, create a .env.local.
Yep. Okay. Okay. And we just name it what? Cloudinary underscore API key or something?
So it'll be next underscore public underscore because we need to allow it to be available in the client. So next
Okay.
underscore
Yeah.
public underscore Cloudinary underscore cloud underscore name underscore.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm surprised the Copilot's not figuring this out. Oh, there we go. Okay. And I'll just add my name. Okay.
Yeah, and
Cool.
then at this point you should be able to spin back up your development server.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just stop that because I'm pretty sure it can't pick up the environment variables again. Okay. All right. So
I think
let's.
it's a new feature they added, but I think this is an older version on the demo that I have set up.
Okay.
But now, so we do have one more step, and that's to actually set up the components. So if we head it back into index.js,
Yep. Okay.
and then at the top, we can import a destructured CLD image from Nextcloudinary.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, nice.
All right. Cool.
And then literally all you should have to do is replace the image tag with CLD image.
Okay.
Because the nice thing about it is it's just a wrapper around Nextcloud or around the Next.js image component because it's
Okay.
just it's extending it with Cloudinary tech and all the different features. So
Okay.
that means like it should be one-to-one for the basic experience. So if you save
Okay.
that now and open up the page, fingers crossed,
There we go.
we'll
All
give it a
right.
second. We should see the new files trickle in.
Yeah, and they definitely loaded faster. I have a fast connection, but they definitely loaded way faster than before.
Yeah, and so like what's happening now is by default, we're adding the automatic optimization.
Okay.
So that's both in the modern format and in the actual compression. So like if you want to open up the network tab, for instance, we can check that out.
Yeah.
I should have probably had you do like a before and after or something of the splash images, but don't need to worry about that anymore. Uh,
Yeah. Cool. So let's reload this and we can just filter on the images.
yeah,
Okay, so
so
they're
what you can
all
see,
WebP. Yeah.
yeah, what browser are you in?
I'm in Arc, so Chromium.
Okay. I don't, so I'm wondering, maybe you have to have AVIF enabled on your account or something. But so what it'll do is if your Cloudinary account supports AVIF or has it turned on, like it'll automatically deliver the most modern format, and that should usually include AVIF. Where
Okay.
AVIF usually provides the smallest results, and that depends on the file because it differs depending on what it is. But WebP is
Okay.
usually, it encodes a little bit faster, so it has its trade-offs.
Okay.
But either way, like it's going to be more of a modern format than like JPEG or of course PNG, because PNG is going to be
Yeah.
typically it's going to be a lot larger. But you know, the images are still pretty big there because we're using those raw huge images from Unsplash. So
Yeah.
what else could we do to narrow down those file sizes? Because let's right click on one of those images, any one of them, doesn't matter,
Yeah.
and go to inspect.
Yeah. Okay. All
If
right.
you want to hover over the image URL, it should show you like the intrinsic size. So it'll show you
Oh, it's
both the
still pretty
rendered
big.
size and the intrinsic, right? So we're loading these things much bigger than we actually need to. So let's
Yeah.
actually try to load it in only the size we need. So
Okay.
the screen I'm looking at is a little bit small. So if you want to figure out what those numbers are for me, because
Yeah.
because of the sharing screen
Yeah.
we have right now.
Yeah. I can't zoom in that thing in the
Yeah,
browser
yeah,
with
yeah.
the.
All good. But
Yeah.
so now let's update that width and the height. We probably need to update that in the animals.json file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
let's
let's
do the
update it to the
monkey.
width and height that it's actually being rendered at.
All right. So I'll just do the one to start,
Yeah,
and
that
just to
sounds good.
see. Okay, and I
Yeah.
guess look at the network tab again and see the size.
Yeah. If you want to, I think you'll probably need to refresh.
Yeah.
But if we look for that
Okay. Yeah.
monkey image,
Definitely smaller now. Sorry, I closed that there. It went from about 1.2 megs to 9.2 kilobytes. So
yeah, it's an insane amount, like having just loading anything you need. And you know, of course, like I think the goal would probably be to use responsive images, but like you can just see by changing and delivering the size you need, you're going to get drastic results for what you're actually delivering to the browser.
yeah.
Now speaking of responsive images, since it uses the Next.js image out of the box, like we have that also
Yeah.
built in. um,
Okay.
I still don't know how to properly use the sizes tab, but I know that like if you do like sizes and then the number W, I think will give you like, so for in this, since we're doing a 4 column in this instance, I think you could probably do
Yeah.
25W, right? And
Yeah.
that should give you a rough estimate.
Okay.
It'll at least show us, like allow us to demonstrate what's actually happening.
Okay. Okay. It's already generating things for me.
Oh,
It's giving me.
that sounds
Okay.
great.
And I imagine this is related to source set. I imagine.
Yeah, so this is going to be the Next.js syntax or how they set up, but I believe that this is like the typical image tag syntax. I might be wrong, but and I think so what they'll do is they'll generate the source set based off of that, which is pretty handy. But we hook into that, so it's going to be the Cloudinary URL. So if we go back to the page now after you save that
Yeah.
and we
Okay.
refresh it, we should, and if you probably be easiest to like inspect one of the image elements again.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll inspect a different one because we resized.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
But now we should see a ton more HTML, right? But that's a good thing because now we have our source set, which is defining all those different sizes. And the way that
Yeah.
that's working is right in the Cloudinary URL, we're just adding a parameter of like W underscore that width so that it's automatically uh, resizing it via that
Yeah.
Cloudinary URL API.
Yeah, and this is what I think super cool. Even though I haven't used Cloudinary a ton, is like I did. I mean, you have the Cloudinary image component for next here, but like it's super cool that you're extending the existing one because you get all the benefits of the existing next image, and it's again because it's the URL is the API. Whether you're doing that through I imagine you're doing it through the SDK in the image potentially, but it's just super cool that like I have because I'm as a developer like I can definitely understand this, but I can picture somebody who has less technical abilities who are
Hmm.
just like I just want to put an image on my site, and
Right.
they're a photographer and it's like a massive file, and then they upload them obviously, and then just Cloudinary takes every care of everything. That's where I think it's super powerful. It kind of
Yeah.
levels the playing field for a lot of people to potentially make. I don't want to say guarantee making a great site because you can still make a terrible site even with great tools, but
Right. No, but I love the idea of safe defaults, and that's why like I built the optimization in by default. Maybe I should do something with the responsive sizing, since that isn't baked in by default. I don't know. Is it safe to just do 100W like for a blanket default use case, and then people can opt into customization? I don't know. Thinking out
Yeah.
loud. But
Yeah.
anyway, so that gave us a lot of really great results, like, and now we're only going to load the image size we need, and all we're doing is, well, we're not doing, like, the tool's doing is it's updating that URL to give you those different variations by just
Yeah.
simply changing that width parameter. So what if you want that gallery to be the same shape and size, right? So we have some tall images, we have some wide images, they're all
Yeah.
pretty images, but they're all different shapes and size, right? So how can we make it so maybe they're all square? So if we head back into the code again,
Okay.
and what we're going to do is we're just going to update the width and height directly on the image itself this time. So
Okay.
let's just, it doesn't really matter what the width and height you set here is too much, because
Okay.
the responsive sizing and everything will handle it. So let's, yeah, 200 by 200 or whatever.
Okay.
But so what this is going to do is it's going to tell the file that we want it to be a square. But the one thing that we need to do on top of that is set a crop. So if you want to add a crop prop, and set it to fill,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
to fill exactly. Now, if we save and load the page,
Oh, cool.
automatically they were all updated to that, they were cropped to that aspect ratio. And the
Yeah.
best part about it is we're using the component automatically uses that gravity of auto that I was talking about earlier, where it'll automatically detect what's in the picture and crop it to that location. That way we have the subject in the middle of the photo for all of them, or, like,
Yeah.
as much as it can be, depending on where it is inside of the image. So it just gives you a
Yeah.
lot better results when you're trying to dynamically crop it like that. But we're
Yeah.
shaving off parts of the images that we don't need, but we're also making it look like well formatted and what is it called? So that they all look the
Uniform
same.
or
Uniform. There we go.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word.
Yeah. No. And again, it's like I don't know. I just love how this is like just changing a couple props and then boom, we're in business.
Yeah.
And and the other thing too is it's not me or whoever's in charge of the media assets re-uploading things. It's just we have the originals and then we can just keep tweaking them based on certain criteria. And I did have a question about that. So like when we do, like, so for example, we just crop the images here. If I go ahead and reload it with that same URL, I imagine it gets cached based on the URL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So the first time, and I actually don't know the expiration of the cache. Like, it's, it's a long time to make sure it's not happening every time, but it'll definitely be cached. So the next time you hit it, it'll be processed like super fast. So, like, sometimes the first time, depending on the size of the image, it might take a second or two.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're actually doing, the amount of transformations and all that stuff. But generally speaking, like, after that, it'll be served from cache super fast.
Okay. And what did you call that feature again? Auto what?
It's a gravity of auto. So the
Oh,
gravity,
gravity auto.
it's basically setting the focal point. So the some of the basic parameters use compass directions. So north, south, northeast, southwest. Where the idea is, if you set that gravity to one of those compass directions, it's going to anchor the image so that it crops based off of that position. So we can actually see what that looks like. So if
Okay.
we go to the code and set the gravity prop to just say south, for instance.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So by default, it's giving me auto, but let's do south.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. And then just come back.
And I don't know. Yeah. So we can see it clearly in the dog, for instance, right? And we even saw it in the
Yeah.
elephant because it's not using the auto, where, if we're defining the crop, the default crop is going to be center. So, like,
Hmm.
if all the subjects are right in the center, like, it'll still probably work fine. But more often than not, you're not going to have all the images with it directly in the center, right? So that's
Yeah.
why having that auto option allows it to kind of use the AI to determine where the subject is and focus to that.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask if it was AI doing that. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and
so
there's a couple different layers to that too, which is cool. So like by default, it just kind of uses the subject of the image,
okay,
whereas like you can also pass in faces if you're using some of the more advanced gravity features. But of course, we don't have any human faces in this, so I don't know how well
yeah,
it would actually work. But if it's like
okay.
human faces, it does a really good job at figuring out where that is and cropping to it.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. And so like there's the gravity set to auto. We can do south, north, east, west, I guess. Can you like say I want to be more precise, can I give like XY coordinates, or is that something a separate prop or
Totally. I don't know if I actually support that right now for the base image. Now
okay.
for overlays, I definitely support that. Where like another thing you can do is add images on top of images. So I don't
Oh,
know.
cool.
So we kind of have two options here. We can either keep diving in on like next Cloudinary features and just like play around with stuff in there, or we can kind of pivot and talk about the the more like the AI thing I was talking about earlier.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I guess we could dig in maybe for another few more minutes on the next stuff, and then
Okay.
we can definitely pivot. We've got like a good 50 minutes still.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So one of the options, one of the cool things that Cloudinary allows you to do is add what's called overlays, and there's kind of two different kind of overlays. There's image overlays and there's text overlays. So we can kind of see
Okay.
what both look like, to be honest. Now I don't have this syntax memorized, so we'll probably need to hop over to the documentation and copy from an example.
Yeah.
Um, but it's going to be
Is it
the
overlay?
overlays prop, and I mean it is typed out. So I wonder if you'll be able to.
I wonder. I have a feeling that maybe Copilot will help me here, so we'll see.
I'm curious if Copilot knows.
Overlay text there. Oh yeah, it's doing text here,
No,
I guess. No, that's
that's
something else.
not. I wonder if that's
Not
using like
today.
the Node SDK or something.
Okay, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's hop over to the docs then. It's always
yeah.
good to check out some docs. Yes, that's broken because I
And
broke it.
I have a few like examples, like rather than just looking at the different, like we can just
Okay.
copy from an example and play from there.
Yeah. Cool. And which docs are those? Are those what you had
So
open
the
before?
next Cloudinary one, yeah,
Not this one.
man, people
Okay.
keep
Yeah.
raving about Arc. I need to give it a try. Um,
It's yeah. It hurt my brain for about a week. It's kind of like
but
it, it kind of felt like when I told myself I want to learn Git from the command line. I basically took 2 weeks of like my brain hurting, and it felt
yeah,
exactly like that. But I should probably do a stream on Arc, but basically there's a lot of the UX stuff that I find painful in browsers, they've sorted out. Like for
that's
example,
awesome.
if you're watching a video and you switch tabs, it'll automatically do the picture in picture.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool.
you've got like the classic like the command bar for like every dev that's used to that and stuff, and
Yeah, that's
just
really
a lot of
cool.
goodness in it. Um,
Nice.
yeah. So you're saying for the example?
Yeah, so let's in the left sidebar, let's under use cases, let's just go to like either image or text overlays, whichever you want to start with.
Okay, yeah, let's go to image. Sure. Okay.
So in this example, like the overlays prop we see, what you can do is pass in an array of overlays. So you can really add as many as you want. But
Okay.
ultimately, what we need to do is define the public ID, the position of where we want it to be,
Okay.
and optionally we can add some effects to it if we want. So
Okay.
let's start with that.
Okay. So let's copy this, and I can just come back here. We'll have 4 images, but that's okay.
Yeah.
With
And what you'll probably want to do then is we can just grab one of the public IDs from the list that we're in,
okay,
or
yeah.
if you want to grab the public ID of that llama picture that you have in there,
Oh
that'd
yeah,
be
yeah,
fun.
yeah. That's speaking of branding. That's I don't know if that branding's
Exactly.
working, but it's a alpaca. That there's
Oh, I'm sorry, it's an
alpacas.
alpaca. I don't
Oh
know
no 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 no
alpaca
no
llama.
worries. No no that was I wasn't shaving you. No,
I like it
it
though. I like it.
yeah, it's something I there's for some reason outside of Montreal there's a lot of alpaca and llama
Okay.
farms that people don't eat them, but their wool, it's like super expensive. So like
Right, right.
it's a good cash cow, I guess. But all right, let's just load this
I
up.
love that it keeps popping up with different hats.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's me just having fun with overlays in OBS with
That's awesome.
CSS. Um, okay, so I've got the alpaca public ID here. Okay, so
Perfect. Yeah. So inside the overlays prop, the public ID, you can just update it to that. Um,
yeah.
yeah, that should be it. And I think we should be fine with the default settings for now. And just see. Uh, I'm sorry. I think you had. Did you have that animals loop? No. Did that work? Oh,
Uh,
okay. So you have that like collapsing thing. I think I saw you tweet about that, didn't you? Or somebody tweeted about that. The collapsing at the top,
oh
the
the oh
animals.map.
yeah, oh
That
yeah,
caught
yeah,
me off
yeah.
guard. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I have the overlays in here. It
Yeah. So is it not
seems,
working?
yeah, it's not. Oh no, it is. Sorry, it's the alpaca's ear. I thought it was a
Oh,
surfboard for a
okay. So
second.
it's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the
no, it is
size.
working.
Yeah.
So I could
Okay.
just make it a bit smaller, just so we can bring it in, maybe.
Oh yeah, because the image, I think he made it 200 by 200 as the base. So, um, yeah, 100 by 100.
And I'll just make the base image a bit bigger too, just to.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, so as you can kind of see as you were working with that, like it's important from the perspective of kind of setting your canvas, right? So that base size
Mhm.
that you set is going to be your canvas, and ultimately we're going to resize it to the different responsive sizes. But still, everything you do from like the overlays, for instance, is going to be relative to that canvas, and then we'll take that result and resize it. But as we can see, now you have your nice alpaca
Yeah.
head for all your branded animals. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's yeah, no, this is super cool. And again, like the fact that this is just tweaking a few props, like obviously out of React land, you'd be using the SDK, I guess, but still, that's
Yeah.
pretty nice that this is all really neatly bound into this component. Um,
Yeah, and I think the inspiration kind of came from some of the original like Next.js components that I was seeing, like just being able to try to provide a more native to React uh, interface for it. So like um, kind of just like what you're saying, be able to have props that make it obvious what you're trying to do,
yeah,
where you're trying to do it.
yeah. And Scott in the chat saying, I can, because Scott does a podcast, does JavaScript Jam and another one, and he's saying this could definitely be super useful for podcast cards and stuff.
Yes, yes, yes. Have you heard of James Quick? Because he
Yeah, yeah.
actually did a. I'm trying to look on it on his YouTube right now. Um, he did a video where he actually does just that. Like what he does is he has all of his data inside of, I would think it was Sanity, and he used Cloudinary to. Oh, he'll be joining next week. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should ask. You should have asked him about it. He loves talking about Cloudinary, and we're not paying him to talk about it on podcasts, but he loves it, and there's a lot of cool things you can do with it. So,
Yeah.
I definitely ask him about that.
Yeah, no, no, for sure. This is just like a side note, just as me, just my engineer brain spinning. But have you ever heard of the mitosis project from the folks at Builder? The ones that do
No.
quick. So
Yeah, I haven't. I still need to play with the builder, but no, I haven't heard of that.
yeah, I haven't really worked with Builder itself, and I've looked at Quick very briefly, but they they have this just side tangent for Builder. It's like a visual CMS, and you can customize things pretty easily from what I've read. But they have clients with different frameworks. Somebody's in Next.js, somebody's using Vue or whatever, and so they created this project called Mitosis that allows you to write your component in, like, say, React, and then you can convert it to Svelte
Hmm,
or to and it basically generates this kind of intermediary format in JSON, which is kind of like the AST of the component, I guess. And
interesting.
and I just thought of it because, like, you did the CLD image for Next.js, which is specific to Next.js because you're extending it. But
Yeah.
if you had like a generic component, like not the Next.js specific one, you could potentially create it for all the other frameworks. If just throwing that out there.
So that's really interesting. I'm doing it. It's funny you mentioned that because I'm doing something similar, but from a different perspective. So, have you heard of Unpick?
Okay.
You've obviously heard of Unpick.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So what I'm doing is I actually already. So if you go to the Cloudinary docs, if you go back to the
Yeah.
Next.js docs, or I'm sorry, Next Cloudinary docs.
Yeah. Did I just? Oh, I think I just changed the URL. Is that what I did? Where did it go? Oh yeah, here. Sorry.
So do you see under helpers that get CLD image URL?
Yeah.
So that's just a helper I'm exposing, basically re-exporting. But under the hood, it's using this function that I abstracted that actually provides this entire API. So like I'm already on the road to doing
Okay.
that. But what
Oh,
but
cool.
the current like thinking of what I'm doing is like instead of using because I'm using Next.js as a wrap, like I'm wrapping Next.js, like I can use unpick
Mhm.
for other frameworks. And we're
Yeah.
starting to work on that actually with Svelte, and I don't think we're going to use it for Nux, but we're going to use the same approach on for Nux as well.
Okay,
But
cool.
trying to take this like core props based API and extend
Yeah.
it easily to other ecosystems to just hopefully provide that where people are working.
Yeah, I actually wonder if cause the Unpick project, I'll just drop it here for a sec. So this is a project created by my coworker Matt Kane, um, and I he's aware of mitosis. So I'm not sure if he may have used it potentially to convert some of his stuff. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him in
Oh,
Slack
interesting.
later. But yeah, no, that was what popped up. But yeah, this is an
That's
interesting
cool.
project too. Um, cool.
Mitosis GitHub. I'm just going to open
Yeah.
that up in a new tab for later.
Yeah,
Cool.
there's I did a stream with the person that maintains it. I can
Oh,
see that
nice.
there
Okay.
later.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's just a cool project. It's just a different spin on kind of
Right.
write once, ship everywhere kind of thing. So
But I mean, if it's able to provide like I think the trickiest thing is, especially from somebody like me who's really been in React my entire career, um,
yeah.
like I don't really know the syntactics, like the differences in the expectations because like sometimes it's
Okay.
more
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
just syntax, right? Like there's patterns that specific frameworks use, and that's the only thing that would trip me up is making sure that I'm able to do it in a way that makes sense for those ecosystems. But
Yeah.
there's
For
that's one of the trade-offs, right? Being able to ship to the different ecosystems
yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah. But I know what you mean. You want to ship something good that people will use based
Yeah,
off
yeah,
patterns. No, it totally makes sense. Cool. So okay, yeah, again, yeah, just getting back to what I was saying. It's super cool. Like, this is why I've always liked React too, and like obviously other frameworks do this now. But just the power of props, it's
yeah,
just it's just super elegant.
yeah,
So cool. Okay, did you want to maybe pivot to some of that AI stuff now, or do you?
yeah. That sounds
Okay,
great.
cool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So if you don't mind, if you want to clone down that other project that I sent you, the
Y-
my tagged uploads, I think it was
Yeah.
called my tag. Yeah.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, cool. And I'll just drop that in the chat if folks want to check that out.
And both of these were the other one was like a starter I created for a tutorial, and this one was the end result for a tutorial. But it just makes it
Okay.
easy for us to kind of like start to use that as a place to talk about it.
Yeah. No, for sure. Okay, my tagged uploads. Okay, let's load that up. Okay, and I guess I'll just npm install again or yarn luck. So let's yarn it up again.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And
Um,
while that's installing, yeah, I guess you want to just talk a bit about this project briefly?
Yeah, so we'll have to add the environment variables, but we can talk about it first. So, really, all it is an upload form to start off. But what it's going to give us is automatic tagging and categorization. So, what do I mean by that? So, whenever you upload an image using the form, it's going to use AI in the background during that upload process to actually see what's inside the photo. So, like one of the
Okay.
Unsplash examples I usually use is a mountain, like it's because it's pretty but it's going to give you a tag that says it's a mountain. So, like one of the core benefits of that, from just like thinking from a Cloudinary perspective, is now you have that tag to search on inside of your media library. Where before you don't really have
Yeah.
anything searchable unless it's in the file name, but now you'll have that tag of mountain or all of your mountain pictures that if you're a mountain enthusiast, that you can easily reference those, right? But that goes for
Yeah.
everything because it uses Google Vision AI in this example,
Hmm.
which does a really good job at figuring that out.
Cool. Yeah, no, I can definitely see that being super useful, even for just like your own images. Like I know, like when I open up Google Photos, or even I think
Hmm.
I don't use Apple Photos really, aside from on my phone. I don't upload them to iCloud, but
Yeah,
they do
same.
the image detection, they group them, and it's kind of wild how like they can deduce that pictures of my kids when they were younger versus now, and they're able to group them. It's pretty wild.
It's crazy. I And especially, like, uploading old photos as well, right? Because
Yeah,
trying to make sense of it in my brain, it's like, "Okay, so if they saw the baby picture and then worked their way up through the changes year to year, that's a little
yeah,
easier, right?" But as opposed to, like, uploading a bunch of old pictures of me and then, like, pictures of me when I was young, it's like, now they have to figure out that, and it can still do it,
yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah. And the scary thing is, this is what's publicly available.
Right, right, right.
Cool, cool. All right, so I think the project's installed now. So you said we need to set up a couple environment variables.
Yeah, and let me I actually didn't figure out. I need to add instructions on these things about how to spin up the projects.
Oh
But
yeah, no
so
worries.
process.env, I'm just gonna look at what some of those are. Okay, so we're gonna have it's not gonna be next public this time, but it's gonna be Cloudinary cloud name, Cloudinary API key, and Cloudinary API secret.
Okay, I just turned off the screen share for a sec. You said Cloudinary, cloud name, and what was the other one?
Cloudinary cloud name, Cloudinary API key, and Cloudinary API secret.
Uh, Cloudinary API key and Cloudinary API secret. Okay, Copilot's helping me out there. Okay, so now
Nice.
I'll need to go to my Cloudinary account.
And they
Okay,
should
and
all be
that's
available right on that dashboard for you.
yeah. Okay, I see it in the. And I'll ask you quickly after the stream just to how to reset them since I exposed it right away with
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My bad about that.
uh,
My bad.
no, 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 it's all good. I'm not really that stressed out about it. So
Cool, cool.
it's it's funny. I was doing a stream with Andrew Brown when I worked at Dev2, and he's big into cloud stuff. And we were creating EC2 instances on AWS, and I was very vigilant about not exposing the API keys, and then I hit the up
Ugh.
arrow in my terminal. So
Oh man,
and not only once, I did it like 3 times. So it was like it made me laugh, but
big
he
goof.
reset them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's and the AWS one, like that's so much worse, right? Because of like what you can do with it if it has enough permissions, right? Because it's just so many
yeah.
services, so many expensive services, it's crazy. Um,
Okay,
how
so
how are you
yeah,
blocking out the?
yeah. I was gonna mention that to you because you stream. So there's this really cool. I used to use uh one that was called Cloak. It's from
Huh?
John Papa, who works at Microsoft, and I used that for quite a long time. And then I should maybe give it a go again. But at one point, it wasn't hiding it. I think something changed with the VS Code extensions because
Mm,
because it's just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So
okay,
something broke it, and at first I thought like, did I break something? And then so it might be fine now. I'd have to double check, but I switched to another one called from .env. It's just I can't remember if it's oh yeah, it's this one .env official plus vault, and I won't do it now, but you can click on the toggle cloaking. But it's super nice because if you're like, oops, I opened my env file on stream, it by default I believe it's hidden automatically. So it's
it's
just
really
kind of like
nice.
a nice safeguard.
Yeah, it's
Um,
funny. Like another one of those things you have to think about it as you're streaming and recording, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Okay.
Um, so well, you can spin up the project if you want, but we'll have to do one more thing on the Cloudinary side. But like, if you want to just see what the starting point is,
Yep.
because the one thing that we need for the AI bit of it is to have the plugin enabled or the add-on enabled that allows you to do it.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So I'll refresh this. I'll expect it to
Yeah,
not be completely working yet. Okay. So we
yeah.
got our
So
main
like,
page there.
and like, you can try to upload. I don't know if it'll actually fail or just not do it. I'm
Okay.
not sure which it'll do. I don't know if you have smaller images you want to use. It doesn't really
Yeah.
matter, but
Yeah. I'll just get my Twitter profile image or something. Or
yeah, that's perfect.
I'm always scared to open Twitter now because like I don't know about you, but when it defaults to the following, I keep getting like weird stuff sometimes. So all
Yeah.
right. I'm just gonna copy. I'll just save this image. Okay. And let's come back here. Why am I getting a beach bubble today? Ball. Okay, let's save that to Cloudinary folder. Okay, and where was I? So image uploader. Okay, Okay,
Yeah, so I don't know if it'll just like soft fail or if it'll hard fail
okay,
because
okay,
because
gotcha.
the demo has the feature opted in.
Oh, weird. It didn't save it. Oh, wait, is the image file not? No, it should be supported. Why did it not save it? You know what? I'll just take a screenshot and I'll just do this. Save that. Okay. And then upload it. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of beach balls today. I don't know why. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to desktop. Uh, why is it not saving anything? Did it go to downloads? No. That's so weird. Hold on a sec. You know what? I'll take a social card. Why not? Okay. Let's do our guest for tomorrow, Aaron. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So it just it previews it, and then if I go to upload, it probably won't work.
Yeah. And so the only caveat is depending on the do you know how big the file size is? The
This
only reason I ask is because
one.
like I'm using I think like data URIs to post it and like there's like a file size limit. So that's the only
Okay.
reason I ask.
It's 411 kilobytes.
Oh yeah, that's totally cool.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah, like if you want to hit upload, it'll be obvious if it doesn't work or not.
Yeah,
That's
the
not working. Okay.
buttons work. Yeah, so
Yeah.
which
So
makes sense, I think. Yeah, yeah, it's giving
okay. Yeah.
yeah 500 from the server. That makes
Okay.
sense. Okay.
So let's head over to our Cloudinary console then.
Yeah, I've already exposed the API key, so I don't really care at
Right.
this
Right.
point. Okay.
So in the bottom left, you should see a little puzzle piece. That's going to be the add-ons.
Okay.
And then we're going to look for the Google auto tagging. So I think it should just be the second down on the left.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there's a nice free tier to play around with it. You know, of course. So what it's actually doing is it's using Google's Vision AI API, and Cloudinary has one on here too. But this demo just uses the Google one.
Okay.
But it gives you 50 of them for free, so that'll be plenty for us. But ultimately, what we're doing is we just need to pass in these, which we're already doing, these categorization settings, basically saying we want to use this add-on, and
Okay.
then uh what's the word? I can't see it. What's the
Oh, sorry. Let me zoom in. Sorry.
I just yeah, auto tagging. So the auto tagging, so what that's going to be, that number is going to be the confidence, or no, the confidence. That's what I'm talking about. So the confidence is going to basically be um it's going to tell us how confident it is that it is that object. So is it actually a mountain or is it a Next.js logo, right? Or
Oh,
whatever.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got. Okay.
But it's basically going to give us the confidence of what it knows. So what you can do is you can set that threshold. So if it's below that threshold, then it's just not going to return it. But now that you have that add-on enabled, we should be able to go back to the application and give that another try.
Okay. Oops. Sorry. Not there.
I'm actually curious about what the results will be. I wonder if it's going to see the alpaca in there.
Okay. So. Oh yeah, that's right.
Did I
Okay.
get it?
So let's see here. Beak font happy. I think I think it thinks the alpaca's mouth is a beak.
Oh,
Uh,
that's funny. Yeah, so
and
like usually it works with probably works a little bit better with a bird of prey. Um,
okay.
full size images and stuff. So maybe if we want to open up on Splash, I'd say use one of
Okay.
those other images, but because they're so big.
Yeah.
But what we can do is on Splash, we can just download the thumbnail that they show on the preview page, which is going to be a smaller image.
Yeah. So let's look. Let's go.
You can still look for an alpaca to see if it
Yeah.
can detect an alpaca.
I'll be impressive if there. It's kind of funny side note, but Unsplash is based out of Montreal. My friend works there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we got some alpacas here that clearly need haircuts. Okay. So let's download the save image as. Yeah. What is up with this beach ball today? On the plus side, at
Recording.
least it's not. Yeah. It's weird. Okay. So photo downloads in Cloudinary. Okay. It says it's there.
Do you stream
Let's
at 1080 or what do you stream at?
Yeah, 1080. Yeah. I had a pretty good internet connection before. I had like 500 megabit download and 50 upload, which was so-so. But they basically I got a free upgrade to fiber, so now I have 1 gig up and down. So I definitely didn't say no to that. So okay, so yeah, I think it's more like an infrastructure thing. I think it makes it's
Mm,
probably better for them. But okay, so
yeah,
let's
that's
go
awesome.
back here. Okay, so
Yeah,
let's
I was just
now.
asking because when I was doing it like on one of the older Macs, at one point I had to move it down to 720 because it just my machine wouldn't handle it.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's like I said, the the M1 it just seems to work so much better.
That's awesome.
Okay, why is it not? It's so weird. It said it downloaded it. I even see the image here. Yeah, oh, you know what? I feel like maybe it's on my iCloud drive downloads or something. Where the heck is it? I'm just gonna go look where it says it is here.
Okay.
Oops, sorry. Photo. Okay, where is it? Open in preview. Okay, I have it. Uh, Show and Finder. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, it's in that Cloudinary folder. So why is it not showing? Oh, it's avif. Is it possible the file input selection doesn't support avif?
Oh, good
I can
question.
convert it though. Let me convert it. Side note: I'm throwing out all kinds of little tips here today, but Wes Boss shared this quick action that I copied over, so you can convert the image to whatever you want. So
Oh, that's
I'll
cool.
just I'll just do JPEG. Okay. Okay, that explains why none of my images were showing up before. So,
I wonder if I
okay.
put like some kind of basic upload thing on there just to make sure it was an
Yeah, you
image
can
file.
do well, yeah, because I'll just inspect the input. Okay, so there doesn't seem because normally on the input, like the markup, you can set an attribute from allowed file
Mm,
types, I think it is, but you don't have any, so maybe it's just well, whatever.
yeah, weird.
All good, but this should show up then if okay. Let's go to downloads, Cloudinary. Okay, there we go. Now I'm seeing, and now it's showing up. Who knows?
Oh, weird.
Who knows? Okay, so alpaca here, and let's upload it. All right. So
Did you get
terrestrial
it?
animal. Yeah, yeah, it did. Here, I'll zoom this in for all the folks so they can see all the tags. So
Eco
we've got
region.
yeah, sky, plant. Okay, like, it's picking out the pieces, obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
Livestock.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's technically livestock. So it can't narrow it down to alpaca, but still, but it's got a snout this
Yeah.
time instead of beak, which is already better.
Yeah.
So okay,
Sheep.
for
Okay, it thinks it's a sheep.
okay, yeah, it's a sheep with a very long neck. It's,
Right. One thing I'll be
but
interested to see is like all these different APIs that we're using with Google, like the Google AI. Like now that all this like newer AI tech is coming, like how do they like is it just gonna like I can't imagine they'd update it, right? It'd probably have to be a new version that people would
yeah,
use. It's just interesting to think about like how much of that stuff is going to be deprecated as it keeps advancing with the new models and everything.
yeah, I think you're right. They would have to version it because say you had all these things already classified, you would you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden the snout might be saying I don't know. It might or instead of sheep it might say alpaca, which is correct as we know,
Yeah.
but like but that kind of skews all your existing tags. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Or
I was also thinking with
yeah,
like the Google Home, for instance, like I feel like the new AI features, like even just using ChatGPT is so much better than like what Google Home or Siri or and all that stuff is. So like, how do they incorporate it into those kind of devices as well?
no, for sure.
But
So
yeah,
so this is super cool. So like obviously it's returning us JSON. I mean this is just because it's your demo, like as a dev, it's
yeah,
nice to see
yeah.
all this information. This is the version ID you were talking about for
So I don't actually know what the version ID actually means, but the version is the what I'm talking about. And I think if you look at the secure URL at the very bottom, like wherever that property is, I think you'll see that version number inside of it.
okay.
Yeah, the URL there. Yeah, you'll see that
Okay, yeah.
version. And I think it's really, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a timestamp from when it was generated,
Okay.
just as a way to ensure the integrity of it, as like all the different derivatives of the image, and if the image changes and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
so, like, the reason I was bringing it up earlier is because with all those different transformations and all the fact that you can like nest images and folders and stuff, it just creates a very complex URL to try to parse.
Okay,
And
okay.
without that, there's like, I'd say it's basically impossible to like read it successfully without like checking that a public ID actually exists. Because one instance that somebody made as an example is like, you can totally make a folder called auto, and then
Mhm.
like if you're using F auto, right? Like
Yeah.
you'll see that like it becomes tricky at that point, right? So,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
anyways, that's getting into the weeds.
No, no, it's all
So
good.
yeah, so one of the so I'm actually building this demo for Render ATL, where what I'm doing is I'm now taking the categorizations, and I'm pumping that into the GPT API. Um,
Okay.
I'll save my use case for what that is, but like you could start to think about some of the interesting things you could do with it. So, like for instance,
Yeah.
what if you wanted to ask how to define what all those different tags are? So you list
Mhm.
out all those tags and say, pass into GPT and say, give me a list of the definitions for each of these words, or you can probably think of something more creative than that.
Yeah.
But like it's a way to kind of connect. I think one of the interesting things that I'm finding is how you can connect the different AI um, features to create
Mhm.
more interesting experiences out of it. So I don't know if you have any interesting ideas for what we can connect with that.
Yeah, well, one thing that could be interesting is like generating alt text potentially based on the tags. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. No,
I
that's a
don't know
perfect
if
one.
obviously it might not be perfect, but like uh, you know, a lot of folks accessibility, like it's a big deal. Like as a web dev, it's something we need to do, and people tend to forget these things, but it like as the AI improves and like we can kind of say like, yeah, these descriptions, like as the models get trained over time, it can be like, no, this is pretty accurate for alt text, and stuff. And
No, that's a great
but yeah.
idea. And we can even see, like, we can at least see how it works, right? How much time do we have left? Do we have enough time to
Yeah, we got like 20 minutes. I mean, if we go
20
over a
minutes?
little bit, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind working a little
Okay.
later.
Let's see what
It's
we
my
can do.
extended lunch.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. So the first thing we need to do, I know we talked earlier that you have an OpenAI account.
Yeah.
So if you want to spin back up the platform page where we can at least just kind of show what the options are.
Yeah.
But the nice thing
Hopefully
is, like, this should be pretty straightforward, since we already have a serverless function that we can work out of, and we can just copy the Node SDK snippet. Um,
okay.
so I
Cool.
think, so what I usually do, like, we can probably go through those, which go to the guides, but I usually just like to look at the API reference. So at the very top
Okay.
of the page, where now it's
Okay,
hidden
yeah.
in the sub menu,
Oh, okay, yeah.
top right.
Good old burger.
Yeah.
You said documentation?
So the API reference, it's a
Oh
couple
yeah.
down. Yeah, there we go.
Cool.
And then in the left, if you want to go under chat, uh, the chat keyword, and then create chat completion.
Okay.
So what this is going to do is basically give us an API interface for kind of something similar to what you'd see with ChatGPT. The only caveat here is, unless, well, you have a Plus account, right? So maybe you can use it, but the standard usage only allows for the 3.5 model, where the
Okay,
4
yeah.
model is what ChatGPT uses. But if we scroll, I think if we scroll down a little bit, we should start to see the code snippet. All these different things. I don't know what all these different things do, but they all have uses in this
Oh, there
world.
we go.
But yeah, we can see the snippet, and literally we can just copy and paste this in to get started. The only thing we'll
Okay.
need to do is set up install the package, and then set up the added environment variable,
Yeah.
which that one
And
you can do off screen.
yeah, and but this is a serverless function, right? Like I can't obviously, well, I could potentially call it from the front end as long as I don't expose my
Oh,
API
sure,
key on the screen.
sure.
But
Yeah, so you're right. Yeah, we basically have two options here, where we could either take the result from the upload and then do a separate request, or we can just dump this in the existing serverless function. I'd say that's probably easier and quicker. But if you'd like to do it the right way, it probably would be to create a separate thing, just depending on what you want to do.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can create a serverless function to call it, I guess.
That sounds good.
All right, so I'm just gonna initialize Netlify real quick here. Create, all right. All right, yes, next build, next. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't have a GitHub deploy. Okay, all right. So that should be good. And let's do functions, create. I don't know how often you use the CLR or not, but there's templates to create serverless and edge functions.
That's cool. I haven't used the I've used it a little bit. I haven't used it much. Honestly, I'm not usually a CLI kind of guy.
Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. We'll see how well I do here. Okay, so there. Okay, and then let's go back to here. Let's copy that. Okay. Okay, console log completion. So actually, wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, so we just want to return the status. Yeah, sorry, that's what I want. Let's just move our. Okay, that looks good. I don't know why it's not formatting, but that's okay.
I think you have an extra handler definition at
Oh
the top
yeah.
there.
Oh
I wonder
yeah,
if
yeah,
that's
you're right.
getting it.
Yeah, that is definitely it. Okay. My prettier is not kicking in for some reason, but I won't worry about that. Okay. Let's just move it over anyways. Okay,
So you
and
also need that
then
API key.
yeah, and I'm just gonna get this. That's what we'll want to return, or do we want to return the?
No, that
We
sounds
want.
good to me.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
At least for
And
demo, like just to see the first results, you know.
yeah. Okay. And I'll need open API key. So
And just a reminder to turn off your screen.
yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna. Whoops. I'm just gonna add the key first. Yeah, yeah. Let me just do that real quick. There we go. Toggle. Yeah. All right. And I'll just go find that open API key, assuming I have one. But okay. View API keys. Oh, I do have one. Okay. Cool. Create new secret key stream. All right. So got one there. Okay. Let's come back here. Okay. So I've got an open API key. And now if let's see here, where's my functions? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this. Nothing like coding under pressure. All right. So I'm going to start the Netlify CLI, which is going to run the next dev. And it will also, uh, it's loaded my API keys that I should have access to now. So all right, so let's look at that example. Ah, damn it, I did it. I did it. I showed my key. I'll delete it after. Oh man. Good job, Nick. Good job. All right.
At least it's not like at least you're not already using it as the first time you use it, so it's easily deletable.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And what did I just do with all my? Okay, so platform. Oh, that's why I'm in the wrong browser. Okay, there we go. Thought I lost everything I had. Okay, so all right, so coming back here, if we go back, I lost the doc, so let's go to API reference. Okay, and let's install OpenAPI. Okay, while that's installing, I'll be impressed if this all works. If not, it's a to-do for later. Okay, let's go back to here. Where was that example? You said it was down near the bottom, was it?
Um, so if you hit, I guess we're so chat completion. Like you can, if you just want to search chat completion.
Yeah. Okay,
There we
yeah,
go.
here we
Yeah.
go. Okay, so let's come here. Okay, so what do we need to pass to it? I mean, we have to pass some text, or okay, this test is just doing hello world. Okay, I see.
Yeah. And honestly, like if you want to just open that up in your browser quick, the endpoint, like you should see that JSON response, right? Because you're not currently using any post data. So you should be able to load that up as a GET request, I believe.
Oh yeah, because I have the API key
Yeah,
hidden. Okay,
just to
yeah,
see it work, you know,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
that Netlify endpoint.
Is it .netlify? Is that it? No. Is the site running? Oh, I stopped this. Oh, it's because I installed
It's
the
a different
dependency.
port too. Right? Oh, right.
Yeah, it is. It is different port too, though. You're right. It should be 8888. All right. Okay. Let's go to. I always forget if it's .netlify or netlify. Okay, yeah, I think it's just netlify. Is that it?
I thought it was .netlify.
Yeah, I think I have to do functions. Hello world. Let me try this
Yeah,
again.
.netlify / functions.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, 429. That's invalid entity. I'm not sure why that is, but let's take a peek.
It says too many requests. Why would too many requests?
Well, I did expose the key, so like maybe
All right. Yeah,
here.
can't
Let me delete the key real quick, and then I'll put in a new key,
Okay.
and then we'll see where we get to. But if not, we've already demoed a lot of great stuff. But okay, just give me a sec here. I'm sure there's probably some bot account just trying to see what I'm doing or something. Yeah. Where's my account? API keys. Delete. Delete. Yeah. Create new secret key. Test. All right. Delete. Okay. I got a new key here. Okay. Just let me paste that in real quick. I'm just laughing because this is literally like what I did when I was doing that stream with the person from AWS. It's like, yeah, everything's secure. Oh, let me just switch screens. Oh, son of a.
Man,
All
it's the
right,
easiest thing to not catch.
cool. All right, so let's run this again. Okay, and I just showed it again, son of. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so it's still saying too many. No, that's HTTP. I'm pretty sure that's can't process entity. No, it is too many requests. You're right. I
Yeah. And
wonder if it's throttling me for some reason. This is
does
already.
it show anything in your terminal?
Yeah, I'm just getting 500. So
You're wrapping that with a try catch, right? From
yeah.
before. You want to just try to
Oh
log
yeah.
out the error message and see if it shows something?
Yeah.
Because that
Well,
should just work.
the weird thing is it should be returning like a JSON payload anyways,
Yeah.
which is weird. Const open API key turbo. Yeah, it's weird. Why is it not doing that?
Do you
Well,
want to try? I
yeah,
was just
sorry,
gonna
good.
say, do you want to try console logging out
Yeah, yeah, I
the
can do
error
that.
just to see? But it sounds like it's not even hitting that.
Yeah, maybe it's something else going on, but okay, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, if we don't get it, we don't get it. But worth trying to see
Yeah,
quick.
well, I'll definitely, even if post stream, because this will definitely bug me, I will probably do it after. Okay, so let's try this again. Where was it? Yeah. Dot Netlify. Weird. I wonder if it's
So I wonder if that's
something
still going to
on
give
some.
the like. So that's the message that we're getting. So maybe it still is hitting that catch. So if we
Oh
look
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You're right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, it's returning the response. Yeah, too many requests. So it is the actual open API that's saying too many requests. So
does does the
interesting.
Netlify does Netlify dev like hit it to warm it or anything beforehand or something? I don't know. Like I don't know why it would.
No, it
So
shouldn't
weird.
be like all like I mean all we're doing is like the general practice. You plop it in a serverless function so you can have your API keys and do other
Yeah.
stuff. But that's weird. It is possible. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because I'm using the 3.5 model, even though I'm on. I mean, I should still be able to. Is it just
I would
GPT
think that you should be
4?
able to. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it is.
Try.
Yeah, it is just GPT 4.
Yeah,
Just
I
because I
wouldn't think.
know. Yeah, let's save that. That should reload my function. Okay, no, that's giving a 404 now. Interesting.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, okay. But it's, I mean, on the plus side, it is hitting the API, but it's weird that,
Yeah.
and this is the literal reason why I paid for it, so I wouldn't
Right.
get that. But anyways, well, that's too bad. But like, but basically, uh, you know what? This will probably compel me to write a blog post about doing this now.
Yeah, I'd be
So
curious to see that. And like if you do end up figuring out and playing with it, like I'd be curious like what the result. You know what? Why don't you copy the tags from the payload and let's just paste it into ChatGPT, like the
okay,
actual interface just to see what it would say,
okay,
Because
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
ultimately that's going to be a similar response, right?
Yeah, I've given up on my API keys. Everybody, just take it. Um, yeah. So let's come back here.
It's like chat.openai.com, I think it is.
Yeah. Choose file. Oh, you know what? I'll just copy the ones that are. These are the ones it gave. So. Da, da, da. All right.
Yeah,
Let's
so
shoot
I
this.
I think you've been doing a bunch of like you've been playing around with this a lot, but like so the thing that I've been working on is like I try to say create such and such based off a set of keywords and like here's my keywords and so I'm kind of curious to see what you come up with. I'm excited to see the future where we don't have to do as much prompt engineering because like the prompt engineering like that's really
Yeah.
it's going to make or break your results, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
like
No, for
I
sure.
definitely don't think it's the future of building AI into tech, but it's interesting.
I'm gonna paste it in the chat it wrote for alternate text. It wrote like the Great American Novel, but happy bird of prey with a beak and fur smiles against the backdrop. Okay, so it's
I
definitely
mean
comical.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad though, right?
Yeah,
I think my kid decided to come in and crash the party.
that's all good. That's all good.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. I don't know if you know Christina Gordon, but when I worked with her at Dev 2, we would stream together, and so her kids were constantly trying to break in.
You just saw what the fuck.
You're successfully broken, but you could always hear like kind of banging or like let me in kind of stuff. And,
Yeah. I didn't
well, you
ever
know what?
this thing on the like the news like driving in the background, but you don't ever expect it to happen to you, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, who knows? Maybe I guess maybe that's a good place to call it a day then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta say this has been well, one, it's super fun hanging out with you, Colby, and I've
Yeah,
gotta
dude.
say I'm super excited to meet you in real life. I went to like my
Yeah.
first in real in-person conference last 2 weeks ago at the Remix Conf. So it's like all these people
What was your
that
first
I've
in person
never
one?
met. Yeah, the Remix one. Hey, what's up? Yeah, so I'm just excited to. There's just a ton of people going to render. That's why I signed up
Render's gonna
for
be a
it.
lot of fun.
Yeah, so cool, cool. I'm just gonna drop links for where people can follow you again, and I'll just drop a link to Cloudinary again if folks want to check that out, and I'll just
Yeah, that sounds great.
shamelessly plug Netlify's Cloudinary integration, and also if folks are interested in the Next.js image component, there's that too. This has been
Yeah,
super fun, and I gotta say it was pretty. I mean, obviously aside from the little hiccup with OpenAI at the end there, it was like pretty painless to work with Cloudinary. So just hats off to you and the DX team and all the engineers over there.
yeah, that's awesome to hear. Thank you. Yeah,
Cool, cool. Well, yeah, I'll get you to stay on for 1 sec just so you can just show me how to revoke my keys from
yeah,
Cloudinary.
sounds good. Sounds good.
And I'll drop the schedule. It's a double header this week, so we're hanging out with Aaron McHale Staples tomorrow. We're gonna, speaking of like the tagging here, we're gonna be talking about open source data labeling tomorrow. So it's kind of fitting we looked at this. So yeah, so check that out. And yeah, thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. And we'll
Thanks,
see you
everybody.
next week. And yeah, just hang on for 1 sec, Colby.